Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the Sacred Books of Britney Spears. My name is Aaron, and I am joined with my friends John Wayne,
Oh, hello.
and we have a guest today, Aaron Garcia, making a return appearance.
I'm surprised you had me back, but glad to be here.
Well, we really enjoyed your insight the last time you were on, and we thought, well, we're down a host, so let's find what we can.
We were actually surprised you came back.
Why is that?
Well, I guess because after the last time you were here, you kept talking about all the NDAs and stuff, and I just was worried that maybe we might have offended you or something.
No. I mean, I had a lot of lawyers reach out to me after the episode,
Yeah.
so this is just kind of a way to needle them.
Right.
Oh, okay.
hmm
Well, speaking of that, hey, John Wayne, how's the book coming?
I mean, you know, a page or so
A
here and
month.
there.
Yeah. What are you at? 7 pages?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Hey,
It's a
it's
work
a
in
it's a process.
right.
I don't, I have to be in the moment. Don't push
Okay.
me.
No, I was just curious because I'm excited for it. I feel like everybody during these quarantine times needs to find, um, you know, pick up something to do. For me, it's this podcast, although now I've been able to sort of start reaching out to more people and we're still doing those online services, but that must be cool to have something to do besides just the day-to-day work of working in the library and, you know,
I
your
mean,
relationship.
I guess so. I mean, everyone kind of has a hobby. I think most people do.
Yeah,
Either that, or you watch shows, reruns.
right.
But yeah, I
What
mean, I usually have to get drunk. Like, there's a small window between like being drunk and like tipsy where I like
uh
to write.
Or like
It's just
the creative stage.
yeah. It just unfortunately, I tend to be drunk faster than I get anything written.
Right, got it.
Yeah.
Might I
Okay.
suggest recording your thoughts down on microphone or like a recording and then transcribe it later?
Yeah, that sounds like extra work.
No, right. I know. And I'm sure your time is filled in the library,
It is. It is.
sorting,
Well,
reading, throwing
yeah.
books
Well,
at thieves.
transcribing. I have to
Yeah.
transcribe. That takes
Right.
up most of my time.
Yeah.
Um, actually there's something that's kind of on my mind and I kind of wanted to talk to you guys
Uh
about it
oh.
and get your thoughts.
Okay.
So, I know I've John Wayne, do you remember when I called you upset about a relationship problem that I was having
Yeah.
months ago? Well, I have an
Yes.
update.
Uh
So, I'm going to fill everybody in. There was someone who I have been seeing off and on for a very long time. Uh 10 years ish. We've just been sort of, hanging out. Sometimes if one of us was dating someone, it might not be sexual, but then other times it might be. But the problem is that he didn't live in the state, and so it was never going to be a, relationship. Plus that wasn't really our vibe. Nevertheless, I get a text message randomly from his phone number,
Let me
and
guess. You up?
oh. WYD question mark?
um no, but that wouldn't have surprised me. He It was a text message from that phone number saying that, and by the way, for everyone, I don't want to give away the lead, but I'm the only reason I'm laughing is for a reason. So I get a text message and it says, "Hey, this is let's just call this guy Justin." Okay.
Ugh.
So this is a friend of Justin's, and I just wanted to let you know that he died over the weekend.
Oh, this is a turn.
Oh.
And uh, we're having a reception, and If you wanted to partake, you can. Now, I was sort of stunned because I don't know, I had just known this person for such a long time, and it just sort of came out of nowhere. Now, here's where the laughing is okay. All of a sudden, in my Instagram feed, because Instagram is still around, um, in my Instagram feed, I start seeing pictures of oh no, that's not what it was. It was because you know how on Instagram, if you go to the explore page and you search for someone, well, if you go back and search again, it will show you your recent searches.
Yeah,
Mhm.
So I don't know,
I guess
just out of
got
the
me in
blue.
trouble.
Okay, well, we're gonna put a pin on that. Um, so I searched his name. Just I don't know. I just did it, and sure enough, it came up. And it came up that he was in a relationship, which is not surprising in and of itself. I mean, you know, that happened occasionally. And not only that, but he was alive. And he and his partner are living happily, and they've moved out of the state. And I don't know what to make of it. I mean, obviously, I'm done, but I don't think I've ever experienced, and maybe any viewers could write in and let me know if they've experienced someone texting them pretending there's someone else to say that they're dead, but then going on and living their
Oh,
life.
no, he really is alive?
So the
Yes.
twist, he actually wasn't dead.
Yeah, he's alive. He and
What?
he and his partner
Oh.
are like living their best life.
What the fuck?
I'm thinking like 7 different things right now.
Well,
The first one being it's obviously a ruse. It's somebody just trying to test the strength of the relationship, you know?
Mm.
I've
mhm.
heard about some of these people. Or it's the complete opposite. Like they just want to shut the door completely, even if they know that you could check them out online, it's a strong move that's like, well, it's not going to go anywhere. Either way, it's very shitty behavior.
Justin is dead.
He,
Don't ever contact
he,
him.
he might as well be at this point.
Yeah, and it was no, exactly. And here's the weird thing. So I had called John Wayne, and I was very upset.
Yeah.
And for 3 or 4 days, it was just because I was just used to getting those "Hey, are you up?" text messages every so often.
Oh, I
You
know
know?
what it was.
Okay.
It was his partner.
No, I suspect it
Yeah,
was.
yeah, yeah. He's a jealous partner.
Right. Because oh, I probably should have said this.
Oh,
The name of the name of the friend
he's
of
also
Justin.
Justin.
Justin too.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Justin.
Is
Mhm.
also Justin. And then on his Instagram, his partner's name happens to be Justin. And so it was just like clearly this is the partner texting going through his phone. Now, I don't know if this was a situation where I mean, it just seems strange to pretend that you're dead versus, hey, I think it's not like here's the thing. It's not like we were even doing anything. I mean, if he never texted me again, it would have been weird, but like we went through long stretches of time where we might not talk because he lived out of state and, you know,
Well, hold up.
yeah.
Wait. So when Justin,
Uh-huh.
whoever the original Justin was, texts you saying, "Hey, Justin's dead. Do you want to come to the reception?" Did you actually respond to that saying like, "Yeah, I do."
Actually, that's what you should have
No,
done in hindsight.
Yes. Yes,
I don't
I'm on
know.
my way. Tell me where to go.
You know what? I didn't, but only because I felt like stunned,
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I get it. I understand.
you
Um,
know?
I don't
And
think.
here's the other thing too. That weekend, I was very emotional because I'm picturing I'm never going to talk to this person again. I'm never going to talk to Justin again. It's going to be this really, I don't know. It shocked me.
You were never
But
going to be
then
able to.
it wasn't as shocking as discovering that he was still alive. That was shocking.
Sure, but I guess like the job was done. They sent the text, Justin's dead. Do you want to come to the reception? And no response, which just meant you didn't care. And either
Yeah.
Justin or Justin were like, six. I guess other Justin would be sad.
But
Boyfriend Justin would be like, okay, doesn't care.
Yeah.
what would they think? What would have happened though if I had said yes, I will come to the reception?
Well,
Backpedal.
I think it would have been a trap. You would have been met in a dark room with the boyfriend who
You walk into the
going
house.
to lay it down very explicitly that you are not to have any contact with this person.
You sound like you're coming from a place of experience. Is this something you've ever been hired to do?
I've experienced. I've been on the other side of like jealousy, where people have been taking out their frustrations out on me with a friendship that I had with somebody else, and you kind of start to go like, "Oh, I can't really change this situation." It's just
That actually,
yeah. Go ahead.
no, I was gonna say that actually just made me remember a dream I had last night. In my dream, I was encountering all my friends from high school, and no one liked me, and I was so upset that I like confronted them all at like a reunion or a party, and I'm like, so I'm the bad. Like I remember the line. So I'm the bad guy. So no one likes me. No one wants to tell me what's up. Why?
Yeah.
What did I do? And then I'm like crying, and everyone's like trying to be nice, like, well, you were like, you didn't do this or you didn't do that, and I was just like, this is bullshit. I just remember being real upset and being really jealous that no one liked me.
That sounds like, I don't know, like you were a villain in a movie who becomes self-aware.
Yeah.
So I'm the bad guy.
Yeah, right. So I'm not the hero. Oh shit.
John, you have a bomb in your hand. Yeah. So what? You all tell you love me or you die. I don't know.
Isn't it weird? What do you think? Okay, so that was your dream.
Yeah.
I think you and I have had conversations about lucid dreaming, or is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Where you can that you're dreaming?
You can kind of
Where
control
you
the
can
narrative.
control your
Yeah.
dreams?
Yeah. But that's becoming aware that you're actually dreaming.
Okay. What do you think your dream meant?
That dream?
Yeah.
He realized he was the bad guy.
I mean, on a personal level, I think it means probably something about, probably has something to do with not being in touch with old friends and not having as many friends as I used to. Probably something along those lines.
Yeah, that makes sense. Especially now as quarantine has kept going and going. And you see all these posts about people like, oh, I miss all the friendships. And there's all these like parties that people have where they're reconnecting. And I'm realizing, oh, I don't have that many people to reconnect with. Maybe I never did.
And that's a problem.
Good point. Aaron, how are you doing? What's going on? What's been going on since the last time we spoke?
Well, we can get to that. I just had a couple more questions about this situation because if we're going down this road of it is the boyfriend, or the partner, how does he know about you? I'm like, so
I mean,
I want to know what you're in his phone as, is it like Aaron Eggplant or is it just Aaron N?
Aaron Eggplant. This came from Justin's phone though. The right? Or the boyfriend Justin.
So Justin, the new boyfriend, texted me from Justin, my friend's phone number.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, that's what we're assuming.
I have no idea.
It wasn't OG Justin.
Right. Okay, yeah, OG Justin. I have no idea what OG Justin has me in his phone as. Now, if new Justin just scrolled up through the text messages, I mean...
that was my next question.
Okay. Cut that out. Yeah, it's our text. Now, here's the thing. I'm not one for like sexy talk. I'm not one for like graphic text message, because why bother? Just feels like it's a waste of time for me to get all sexy in the text messages telling you what I'm gonna do when we see each other versus just like, yo, are you around? Cool. What time can you be at my place? It just feels dumb. However, OG Justin, yes, was very much so into the explaining what he was looking forward to.
Oh,
Fine, but
yeah. I never understood sexting.
me neither.
Sex talk over the phone is different because that's kind of like, I think it's like it can kind of be an ASMR type thing,
Hmm.
but hearing someone talk sexy is a little different. Did you guys ever call a 1-800 number?
No.
Yeah,
You did?
twice. Um, yeah.
Me and my friends, we did it when we were younger. We found a way to call from like a subway. Like there's a truck stop and the subway booths had like these little phones that you could call collect or something. We found a way to call them from those phones.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mine was worse. This is when I was young. I was probably 14 or 15, and so for Christmas I had gotten my own phone line because I was always on the phone. I was just starting to come to terms with the fact that I was gay, but I didn't understand what that really meant. And I found a number in some website saying, "Hey, do you want to, do you want to
Mm.
talk?" Whatever, very sexy talk. And I said, "Sure." So I called the number, and first off, it was awful. It was so embarrassing. The guy had a very strange accent that I did not recognize, and I don't know how long we talked. I mean, for a while. I mean, I know my dad was pissed
Oh,
because
sure.
the phone bill was like
Oh yeah.
hundreds of dollars.
Oh,
You know? Yeah, it was embarrassing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Aaron, what have you been up to?
Well, I got back from the desert of Utah, another unsuccessful bounty hunt, and I've just been back cleaning the apartment and getting things ready for the next phase.
What's the next phase?
Planning on what the next phase will be.
Wait, so you're just going through a period of what, uncertainty?
Yeah, I mean, bounty hunting is fine, but it's just not very predictable. And I'm starting to think now: is this what I should be doing for the next couple months?
What do you want? So, I guess I won't ask you what you want to do because you're trying to figure it out, but do you have any hobbies?
I like to crochet.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Something just about the needlework and the string, but I want to do that for me, not for any kind of commercial enterprise.
What's something you've crocheted that you're most proud of?
A tea cozy.
Wait, what is that?
It's like a little, I guess, knit plate that you put underneath a tea kettle. I don't have one. They're outdated. They're pretty easy to make, and I nailed it.
That's the creation you're most proud of?
Yeah, it's the one that definitely looks like what it should be.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, but you don't want to make money from that. You don't want to like go into.
Not really. Part of me goes, I know that I couldn't. It's I'm not there yet.
Got it.
But I don't want to. But I don't know. I've been thinking about getting back into to showbiz.
Really?
Yeah, after my last appearance on the podcast, I was sort of rethinking things.
Has your with all, I mean, we obviously have so many listeners to this. We reach all corners of the earth. Have people recognized you from the podcast at all?
I've been getting a lot of DMs and messages on Instagram about it.
Really? What have man, DMs on Instagram, those can be tricky.
Yeah,
Apparently.
don't click on the links.
Yeah.
It's a scam. I get a lot of like
Oh,
boost your followers, click this link.
right.
I come into my private chat room.
Send your nudes.
Yeah, that kind of stuff, which is very misleading.
Maybe I should get back on Instagram. It's just I whenever I used it before, like every time I go to like search for people, it like always pulls up like the sexiest people for some reason,
Mm.
and then my my girlfriend thought that I was like looking up sexy people, but I'm like I'm not. I'm telling you, I don't. I don't know why that's what it suggests. Because if you look at like the suggestions and all the like,
Oh,
look at these
man.
people. It's like the sexiest is like girls pushing up their boobies and like
Yeah.
guys with like the little V spot. And it's just like I'm like I'm not searching these people. I don't know why these people pop up on my phone. Yeah, just
Well,
gets me in trouble.
what you need to do is take her phone, get look at her Instagram, and see what she's searching. That way, you can align your searches more to be more favorable.
Favorable.
Hmm.
It's probably
Do you
just a bunch
guys
of cat videos.
do you guys think that that's a legitimate reason? Okay, John Wayne, hypothetically,
Yeah.
you're on her phone
Mhm.
and, she's like,
I can't get on her phone, but okay.
okay, so hypothetically, if you were somehow looking at her access, her Instagram, and you go to her explore page, and yeah, there's a bunch of like half naked dudes and chicks, you know, would that, how would you feel? Would you assume anything based on their Instagram behavior?
Knowing her as I do now.
Okay, that's probably, let's do a typical girlfriend,
Okay, let's go like early in a relationship,
Yeah.
and I
Is that
find
something to like get upset about?
when I was younger, I probably would, but like now, I obviously I wouldn't.
Mm.
I think there's a form of like when you're I don't know when I was younger, I was more jealous and more like no, ooh, what are you doing looking? And then as an adult, at least from the terminology over a certain age, I guess I feel like I've come to the point where I'm like, you know what? Yeah, there's better looking people out there than me. If you want to look, go for it. That's fine. It's okay. You do you.
Wow, that's really mature.
Yeah, but if I caught you with that motherfucker, I'm
Right,
gonna cut his dick
right,
off.
right. There's definitely this person has died text message coming their way.
And then I'm texting her from his phone saying, "Hey, I I just died. I got my dick cut off. Don't ever message me ever again."
Or you could text her, "You up?" and see how she responds.
Nah, I would lose my shit. I might murder her after that. You up? Yeah, come over here. Give me that big dick, daddy. Oh, hell no.
This is all hypothetical, by the way.
Yes, of course. It's all hypothetical. I would never do
But I
that.
love your attention to detail.
Yeah, for our listeners, those last couple sounds were shoveling sounds. So
what, do you, what else would it be?
I wasn't sure.
What can may I ask? What happened with your roommate situation? If it's not too delicate,
Well, yeah, she's gone. She left.
the Earth or
Oh, no, no, no. She had an amazing opportunity at a organ school, learning. She wants to perfect her craft of playing the organ. She really, really wanted to get into that. And so she took that opportunity. It's been a little bit strange living alone because she used to jump scare me constantly. And so I find myself even now, I mentally I know that she's gone, but I still find myself tiptoeing around the corners and, double checking dark rooms and dark hallways because I don't know, I'm just afraid she's just going to pop out. Even though again, intellectually I know that she's gone, she has sort of, trained me
Yeah,
to be
she's a
scared.
very effective bully. I respect that.
Yeah. She knew what she was doing.
Mhm.
So I will forever be cautious walking around a corner. Yeah, this is our first episode after Bessie has left. And I thought this is an interesting one because today we're doing book 2 chapter 9, Where Are You Now? And I got to say, I definitely have been thinking about these words since I've no longer have a roommate,
Yeah.
and I can definitely, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Calling out your name, your face is everywhere. I'm reaching out to you to find you're not there. I mean, that's literally what life has been like without Bessie, because every time I hear a weird noise, I swear it's her,
Yeah.
trying to sneak up on me. Um, I see her everywhere. I'm reaching out into these dark corners, knowing someone's there. She used to get dressed up in garbage bags. Like, she would put on a garbage bag and, like, be in the pile of the garbage. And then when I would walk by, she would jump out and scare me. Just always different ways of scaring me.
Wow, I admire her creativity
Yeah.
and commitment.
There were times where she would be underneath my bed. I mean, I don't have a lot of fears, but walking up to my bed and having someone reach out and grab my ankle from under my bed is probably my worst nightmare. So now, because of her, I always have to check under my bed, and I'm a grown man.
I can see that happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see you doing that.
It's important though that you don't ever stop. You
Right. You
maintain
know why?
because one day it will happen. Mhm.
Exactly. And it's going to be the time that I don't do it.
Yeah.
But what happens when you look down there and you do see someone?
That
Then you'll like never want to look under it.
I'm not mentally prepared for that. Yeah, I mean, it's you basically have these words where she continues on, I wake up every night to see the state I'm in. I never seem to win. But she's saying, I can't go on as long as I believe. I can't let go when I keep wondering, where are you now? What have you found? Where's your heart when I'm not around? Where are you now? You got to let me know, oh baby, so I can let you go. God, it's so weird how these, what, I'm reading these words, and they're reminding me, I can hear your voice, the ring of yesterday. It seems so close to me, but yet so far away. Like, legit, I'm having flashbacks to when I thought Justin was dead. Like, all of the emotion that I was feeling
Well, you
were
see,
the
go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say, were these words. And then
Well,
to now have that be flipped.
oh, well. See, I was gonna say, it's very similar. Like, obviously, this is about loss.
Mhm.
She, Brittany's talking about loss here, and then I had the same thought where I'm like, well, this isn't like a permanent. This isn't like they died. Although some of this can be construed as like someone very similar if someone passed away as well. But I think in the lyrics where she says, "Where are you now?" Like, she's basing that like this person is she's lost someone, but they're still alive.
Mm.
Because I think there's a difference between losing someone permanently and I don't know which one. They might hurt the same or one might hurt more. To be able to know that someone's gone and you'll never be able to like see them or hear their voice again, to the fact that you've lost someone and you'll never be able to hear their voice again, and that's either your fault, and to know that they're still out there and someone else gets to hear their voice.
Oh.
Ah,
Yeah, what's worse, like you like physically can't talk to somebody or
yeah.
circumstantially can't? What would hurt more? I think sometimes I'd be more annoyed at the person who's still here that you couldn't talk to.
Yeah. Well, I think
Well,
it depends how the relationship
Mm.
ended.
yeah.
Like, if
But
you
isn't it
fucked
also,
up, what?
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, if you messed up and like this person, you're just absolutely in love with this person, but you just like maybe you weren't doing one thing or something happened. I'm trying to think of what could have happened. But like you messed up or something. Like maybe you looked at Instagram too much and you were looking at girls in tank tops with their nipples showing. And she just had it. And she's like, you know what? I'm tired of this. I'm out of here. To know that you would never be able to be with this person. And she just moves across the state or a different country and doesn't want to have anything to do with you.
What if she moved?
But you're like,
What if she moved across the street?
I think that would be easier to hear her voice. At least you know where she is.
But what if she doesn't acknowledge you or talk to you or have anything to do with you? Wouldn't it just be sort of like,
That'd be hilarious, though, if someone lived across the street and just ignored
yeah,
you every day. Hey, Susan.
I feel like that's the plot of a sitcom, you know,
or a horror movie? It's from the
or a horror
stalker's
movie.
perspective.
Now, Aaron, is it true? Because I've heard that this is a favorite chapter of bounty hunters. I mean, you've got, hey, I'm calling out your name. I'm trying to reach out to you. You're not there. Where are you
It
now?
used to have that association. It's frustrating, and it seemed easy enough. I mean, again, like you look on Instagram and they make it look so easy. Like just show up at the house and get the reward.
Yeah.
In reality, man, people lie. Uh, are you so and so? And they'll just be like, no. Drive back out another 4 hours. Turns out it was the person.
You're that easily fooled.
I'm a trusting guy.
So maybe bounty hunting wasn't the best.
Yeah, I don't like the deceit involved. I tried to be an honest bounty hunter. I mean,
I feel like that sounds like you'd be a terrible bounty hunter.
Yeah.
well, that's
I feel like the best bounty hunters would be the deceitful ones.
that turns out to be more true than not.
Hey, I'm here to change your plumbing, fix your plumbing. Yeah, sure, come on in.
Yeah, but it was more smooth
these
than that. I rehearsed a lot.
Oh, I bet
Yeah.
you did, yeah.
So you went in with a plan versus sort of winging it.
Sometimes you would wing it, like you just have to chase somebody down. Well, only the men. I didn't feel comfortable chasing women down. You never know what's going to give you, but I don't know. You get put in a very weird ethical place. Like, do you do the wrong thing in order to do the right thing?
Quandaries. Do you lie in order to get your bounty? Do you take your partner's phone and text his old friend that you're dead, or that your partner's, ethical quandaries left and right, Do you scare your roommate constantly to the point that even after you left, he's shaken to his core? Who knows? John Wayne, do you have any ethical quandaries?
Ethical quandaries?
Or non-ethical quandaries?
How have you been doing, John Wayne?
I've been under the weather.
Uh-oh. What kind?
I don't think it's the virus, if that's what you're suggesting.
Okay, good.
Do you have a test to prove it?
No, because that means I'd have to leave the library to do it. No, I don't feel like doing that.
Have you left the library at all? When was the last time you left the library, I guess?
I don't leave the library. I have no reason to. I think the last time I did was we went and played hide and seek.
Wow, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, I know.
Natalie's happy. Does she ever leave, or does she want to leave? How does she feel about being a homebody?
She goes to the store sometimes.
She's the one that picks up the food?
Yeah, or I'll just have it delivered. Someone delivers the cat food.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Are you still on the same? Actually, with the cat food, do you ever try different brands, or are you just the type of person that
I just go for the cheap one?
Oh, okay.
Take it
like brand doesn't really matter as long as it's cheap.
take
right?
advantage of
Is
sales
it
and
you
stuff.
prefer dry or wet?
Yeah, I try to cut out the coupons.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Do you prefer dry or wet?
Ew, definitely dry. Wet
What's
cat food?
It feels like wet cat food would be like more like human food because it would be like
Dry cat food's like basically like cereal. You add a little milk to that shit, and it's like, yeah, good cereal.
Cat food,
Like
savory cereal. Got it.
wet cat food, you're like, what am I eating?
It's
yeah, it's not like it's ground up stuff. It's like chunks of
pate.
meat.
It depends what you get. A lot of times
Okay,
it's like,
fair.
it looks like tuna, but that ain't tuna. Why wouldn't you just give them tuna?
Well, if it's a pate though, can't you
I
just
don't know what that is. What's pate?
like ground up, you know,
Why do you gotta use fancy words to say ground up?
like spam?
Ew. Actually, I don't mind spam. It's pretty cheap. Not as cheap as cat food over a certain,
The bag,
buying it in bulk is obviously cheaper.
right? Okay, and then just scoop it out, pour some milk on it. What kind of milk do you
If I
use?
have milk, a lot of times I just eat it as a snack.
Oh man, so you just nibble on that all day?
Yeah.
What does Natalie eat?
She tries the cat food, but so we have separate funds, so she does her own thing. She eats whatever she wants. Mostly just like sweets.
So am I assuming that you just let her spend her own money and then
Hmm.
you sacrifice by eating cat food?
Yeah, I mean, we're not in a relationship where we share funds at this point. It's not that serious. This chapter also has another connotation. It's about someone who actually they weren't even with. Like it could be construed as someone who they really liked, might even loved, but they never actually had to have a thing. Like it was
Mm.
like two lovers that were like really into each other, and then like one moves away, like
Mm,
goes to college or has to move across the country. It also has that connotation because it's like at one point in the chapter it talks about, I never got a chance. Can't let go when I keep wondering.
mm.
Mm.
Wondering about what? How it could have been?
Yeah.
Like maybe they used to spend all this time together as friends, that they really wanted something more, but they couldn't. Maybe one of them was married. I don't know.
Have you guys ever experienced that? Have you guys ever had sort of an unrequited thing where someone does not like you back or they don't know you exist and you are pining away for them?
Yeah, of course.
I think everyone has.
Yeah. But sometimes
But I think
yeah.
we also, I was going to say, I think we also build people up sometimes.
Correct. I think it's kind of common when you're younger, like
Yeah.
you have this
Okay.
unrequited uh, fascination with somebody that you convince yourself could be love or something deeper, but you
Yeah.
because you're kind of seeing them for the person you want them to be,
Yeah.
not for who they are.
Yeah. Like I said, when I was younger, I remember someone specifically where I was like, oh, yeah, we should be together type scenario. Like, you're the one for me. And then, obviously we went our separate ways. And then, later now I can look and see, and she's obviously happy. And then I'm obviously happy. But I'm like, you know, things could have been different. But I always have that idea as like, you know what? That was just me, young me being naive. I'm like,
Mm,
for all I know, like, what did we really have in common?
Yeah.
Like, maybe it would have been those things like you like have like 3 happy months, and then after that, it just goes. You just find out something about them, like that they support someone politically that you don't believe in, and then you're like, oh yeah, this isn't going to work out.
Yeah.
Politics, religion, or she's not. Let's say, Aaron. Let's say, for instance, you meet a guy, perfect guy, great guy, 3 months, best sex, does everything, brings you sweets and treats and all sorts of stuff, like just treats you like a prince, and then all of a sudden you find out this guy is into the Backstreet Boys.
that's a tough one.
How do you deal with that? Do you think that's doable? Someone that believes in different religion? Maybe?
You know, I don't think I can do it. I really don't, because if someone is going to basically believe in something that is just so antithetical to what I believe, I nah, nah, son, I can't. And it's funny how sometimes it happens where you're friends with someone or you're seeing someone and you know, you'll see little, for example, you might see like, oh, they liked, because one of the Backstreet Boys might have sons and daughters that are kind of caught up in maybe criminal behavior,
Mm.
or unethical behavior. And all of a
Well,
sudden
that's the only kind of
they're
behavior that they're engaged in.
yeah. And then someone that you like is like liking their Instagram posts or following them on other forms of social media. And then occasionally you'll be having a conversation and one of their talking points is like, well, yeah, but they kind of have a point. And it's like, wait, back up. Let's have a conversation about this. Yeah, I don't know if I could do that, honestly.
Are you uncomfortable with having the conversation, or the fact, like, do you think like they should just be there are certain definitives for you that, like, even
Yes.
conversation is sort of a signal of you guys are not in the same place.
Okay, believing in the Backstreet Boys is there are just things about them and their beliefs that are sort of a no-brainer. And so to even have you engage with those thoughts means that there's just it feels like you've gone past the point of no return
Mm, mm,
conversationally. And it's not even like it was maybe a long time ago where some of their thoughts were just kind of kooky or, you know, uh, kind of on the fringe. No, now we know that it's garbage.
true.
And so if you're trading in those ideas, I'm no, that would so to answer your question, John Wayne, yeah, that would probably be a deal breaker.
They probably think that about Britney and her religion, though.
Which I mean, it's and the irony is in that situation, my affection for Britney and my belief system in Britney is not I'm not shy about that. I'm not, I'm very public, obviously known for being pro Britney. And so, yeah, that would be even more strange. Um, yeah. But I also find it interesting with, for example, the Backstreet Boys, where some people try to say, like in your situation, I feel like John Wayne, that would almost be a hypothetical because I'm finding it more and more where people are being like not shy about their affection for the Backstreet Boys. There's no longer this idea of like, oh, the Backstreet Boys, they're like keeping it to
Yeah, they're not
themselves and they're like
hiding in
hiding
fear
it.
anymore. Yeah.
No, they're not. They're just out there. Quit playing games with my heart and all of their nonsense.
Well,
I want it that way. What do you want that
Yeah,
way? Those words don't even make any
just
sense.
selfish.
I think people have gotten more comfortable in life. Um, like I think we've progressed far enough where we can be accepting of other people's religions at this point. I think obviously there's still people still clash on the ideals, but I think we've become more accepting, just like of all colors and forms of people.
No, we are definitely a much uh yeah, no, the world is a much different place than it was during the garbage dump shit show of, 2000 years
Yeah.
ago. But I feel like we've been all over the place, which is great because I feel like we're all
Well, the whole thing about this chapter is it's applicable to many situations about like somebody that you're thinking about, whether it's romantic or aspirational, and you just thinking
hmm.
about it, like, where are you now? What are you doing? What have you found? Where is your heart when I'm not around?
Yeah, Justin, where are you at,
Yeah,
Justin? Obviously not dead. Obviously not in a grave.
right. And it's almost needing just that answer of where is this person so I can let go. It's almost like, she wants that person to be there, to look into their eyes, to turn around and be like, "Nah, you're not for me."
Aaron wants to know where he is just so he can actually murder him.
Well, what I would do is I'd hire a bounty hunter. Maybe
Better.
you
Well,
could give me a
bounty
referral.
hunters don't kill.
They don't kill. They're not
Well, I mean,
assassins.
there are some dead or alive warrants, but
I don't know if I'd want you to actually kill him, though. I feel like I'd want you to
Oh.
walk up to him, tap him on the shoulder. He turns
oh,
around,
we're talking about
and
like
you would say,
just not okay. Yeah, yeah.
"Oh yeah, we're talking about."
The whole 10 names things gets confusing. Yes,
Oh,
I tell you
Jesus.
what, I would do that for you. I could look this person up.
I need some closure,
Mhm.
and not in the kind of like, "Hey, I wanted to let you know how."
No, the
No,
one
I
that
want you to
feels
walk up
good,
to him.
you know?
Yeah, tap him on the shoulder. He's gonna turn around, and you're gonna say, "Hey, this is from Aaron. You know Aaron, the guy who made your toes curl all the time," and then you're just gonna give him the biggest finger.
Like flip them
Yeah,
off?
that's was my
Oh,
question,
right.
yeah.
I mean, hey, you can improvise at the time, whatever you feel like, but
I,
But
really,
look,
re-
I'm just a
I,
vessel for the message, tell me what you
I,
want and I'll send it.
I really thought you were going to tell him, you tap him on the shoulder, he turns around and you say, hey, Aaron's dead. Would you like to come to the reception?
you know what? Let's keep that as a plan
Okay.
B. Um, or actually, as a plan C, you could go up, tap him on the shoulder, and say, "Hey, this is from Aaron. You up?"
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I like John Wayne's better. Um, yeah, let's work on that because honestly, I feel like I am reading these words with Bessie. I feel like it's a longing of like, oh, I miss you. But when I read these words about Justin, OG Justin, it's like, where are you now, asshole? You know?
Hmm.
And God, it's so weird how just in a matter of a few weeks, I can go from being so upset, and I write a letter that I'm never going to send explaining how much I'm going to miss him and I'm really sorry. And if there was something I could have done to like, man, fuck you.
It's true. Well, you are the owner of your own closure.
And I just want to put this out there for anyone that's listening, especially if you've made it this far. I'm not upset that he wanted to end things with me. I'm not upset that
Hmm.
he was happy with his partner. That's not why I'm upset. I'm upset that he pretended to be dead in order to stop communication with me, you know?
And doing
But for
such
all you
and doing
know,
such a lazy job of it. If you're going to do that,
Yeah.
like follow through or, make it so it's believable.
I don't know. I suspect he's alive. I suspect they're, so yeah, let's I'm going to hire you.
Okay.
If you could do this one last mission
Okay.
and yeah, we'll talk offline and we will get some and I will get a resolution.
Okay.
Cool. Um, well, we're ending this episode on a good note there. Nothing like
Yeah, revenge. It's wonderful.
yeah. John Wayne, what about you? How did you what are you taking away from today?
that's a good question. What am I taking away from today? That I guess that it's okay to wonder about, the past. It's okay to wonder about what could have been, but to be content that that doesn't really matter and that you shouldn't fret on it too much because it's the past is the past, or that is a different path that you didn't go down and this is the path that you took, and to be content with this path and to be happy with it and to be excited for what this path will bring you or what other paths this path will open up.
Mm.
Okay.
Like I've had people tell me like I don't want to talk to you again, or they don't want to keep up the relationship, and I mean it hurts, but then now I'm just like, well, all right. Why?
But no one's ever said, "Hey, this is so and so's friend. He went on a one-man plane trip around the world and disappeared. We've never heard from him again. Did you want to come to the service?"
I
That's never happened to you.
No. I will be prepared now
Okay.
for, and just in case it does,
I should do that with my girlfriend right now to see what happens.
You might not like the
You'll
result.
get
You
a
might not
text.
like the results.
Well, I mean, she's just upstairs, so it might have a different effect when she runs down here and sees me like with the phone, like.
What if she
Right.
doesn't do that? What if it's like celebratory or just nothing?
She starts celebrating.
Right.
All of a sudden, you start hearing songs and loud dancing.
Yeah, right.
No, I
Yes.
think I'm going to do the best of both worlds here. Yeah, I think we're going to do John Wayne's idea and have you. I'm going to hire you to bounty hunt this guy, but then you're going to tap him on the shoulder, and then you're going to and tell him that I died, that there's a service.
You should make it more realistic this time, though. You should actually come up with a flyer for the service and have him hand it to him. Like, make it real.
Like
even,
he left you something in his will.
Yeah, and then he can come to the library and I'll be the guy and I'll tell him, I'll be like, yeah, he left you this. And then I'll bring out a box, and then inside the box is a piece of shit.
We're workshopping this. I'm liking it. I'm liking where this is headed. Okay. I'm really enjoying this. Okay. Yes. Yeah. So Aaron, we'll talk about that offline, and we'll get an update. You'll come back, tell us how it's going. Well, hey everybody. I feel like this was a strong episode. I'm excited to hear from you, to hear your thoughts. Tell us, have you ever been in a situation where, someone pretended they were dead because they didn't want to talk to you? Or more broadly,
have you faked your own death to get out of talking to somebody?
That is someone that I want to hear from. Okay. That is someone I want to hear from. But yeah, let us know your thoughts. I hope everybody is doing well. Aaron, thank you for joining us.
Of course, thanks for having me.
Your insight was on par as usual.
Just just completely average. Sounds about right.
I don't do great with metaphors. John Wayne.
Yes.
Thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, as always. Everybody, send good thoughts to John Wayne. He's not feeling well. And, let's get him good wishes so that way he can be up and at him again. And going on his book. We're very excited.
Page 8, here we go.
And everybody, do well. We love you. Brittany loves you. And we'll talk to you next week. Take care, everybody.